Greetings, 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 my V family all over the world. This is your chief, guys, at 5:15 in the morning on Wednesday, right? Week 44. Welcome to an amazing second week of your rank advancement. It's been unbelievable. I just spent 3-4 hours with the amazing coin service, the Alliance, all right? Planning and putting together two of the most important, unbelievable events to close 2021, starting with ISB Connect, all right? The DNA of the founders, Japa and Dato Sri Vijay, where we talk about service above self and taking that whole ISB bootcamp experience, all right, transforming it, okay, into the most unbelievable breakthrough online digital ISB Connect that you will ever experience, guys. So the lucky 300 people who qualify this ISB is going to change your life. And then comes the creme de la creme, all right? The highest standard of training by the one and only Dato Sri Vijay Ishwaran, guys, all right? Zone. For the lucky 300 people who qualified from the QI corporate family, from the network, you will be able to spend 3 unbelievable days with the one and only Dato Sri Vijay. Alright? And this is not about breakthrough only. This is about your growth. This is about your wings coming out. And then you fly. So the zone, find out from your uplines how you can apply, pass the criteria, and qualify to spend these 3 unbelievable days with my great mentor and upline, our upline, Dato Sri Vijay Ishwar. And guys, this week 44 has been crazy. I haven't been sleeping. I've been talking to the corporate warriors of QNet, the VQ lifestyle, the unbelievable, all right, leaders around the world, the core alliance. We've been around the clock planning, putting together, all right, the architecture of what I believe will be one of the greatest years for QNet in the V in the industry of network marketing. We're going to create records. We're going to create new benchmarks. We are truly going to raise the bar higher, guys, okay? And on this week 44, as you are building the organization, I remember, all right, something that happened to me when I was building. Now, many of you are brand new. Some of you have been on the journey for weeks, months, years. Doesn't matter. Listen very carefully to your upline and chief, guys. Alright? When I started building, I went crazy. Alright? Because I remember how important it was to start with a bang. Alright? To create momentum that would last for generations to come. That was my plan. And I got drowned into the daily grind, the activity. I was a presentation machine, guys. And let me tell you, the only answer to financial freedom in this amazing business QNet is presentation, presentation, presentation. Don't believe any other concept. Don't believe any other hype. This is the truth. I'm telling you, 23 years building for Japa and Dato Sri Vijay. There is no shortcut. There is no better answer than you understanding the power of consistent presentation, which has been the success mantra of all the V partners, AVPs, V councils, V elite leaders. Every max out king and queen, if you ask them what's their secret of success, presentation, presentation, presentation. Now, I got sucked into that grind of activity. And I remember going back to Dato Sri and updating him. I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm building this, I'm opening up a new market and this and that and that. It's just crazy, all right? Activity, activity, activity. And one night when I was sitting down with Dato Sri Vijay in a counseling, mentoring session, he reminded me the importance of always having your finger on the pulse of your organization. Now, I never understood it because I was too busy, all right, and just doing whatever it takes. And he said, the greatest danger you can make in network marketing is when you start building your organization and you lose track of what's important. You no longer know what's truly going on because you're running with your organization, and sometimes you keep running and you never check on your left and your right, you don't look back anymore. And then you end up realize you're running alone. Right? Because network marketing is not about you alone. Network marketing is not about your success, your speed, your ability. It is not a one-man, one-woman show. Network marketing, the success in network marketing revolves around your ability to garner and gather people to be on the same direction, the same intensity. So Dr. Sri Vijay says that sometimes people forget that network marketing is about team, it's about teamwork. And he gave me the most valuable lesson in my journey of 23 years. He spoke to me about the power of relationships. And he reminded me that ultimately for you to get from zero to financial freedom, what is going to take you there is the strength of the relationships you have built, your team. It's not about you, it's about your team. And I realized at that time that I started to see success very fast. And I started to believe that it was about me and my intensity and my passion. That's a big mistake. You see, you can earn a certain amount of checks on your own, and this is the mistake many networkers suddenly experience because they go to their hot zone. Now, when you go to the hot zone, you can sign up 20 people, 30 people on your own, and you see the checks come in. That's a respectable amount of checks. And when you see those checks coming in, you start to believe that you can do it on your own. But after a while, when you move from hot zone to warm zone to cold zone, you suddenly realize that this is not a solo journey. This is a journey of a team. This is a journey of duplication. This is a journey of building people. And Dr. Sri Vijay reminded me on that very important night of my journey of networking that the mistake most people make is they run. And yes, you should run, but never run alone. Right? Because if you run alone, you're not going to make it very far. The question is, should you run alone as fast as you can? Or walk with a large group of people who never slow down, who are consistent on the right track to financial freedom? And he told me the biggest mistake people do is they take their relationships for granted. You think that establishing a relationship at the beginning is enough, and that relationship lasts forever. And that's where I'm going to share with you, I think the most important thing I learned is the art of managing relationships. So the first thing Dr. Sri Vijay taught me is that, PATHMAN, you consistently need to put your finger on the pulse of all your relationships. Not taking any relationship for granted. Regardless of who you are, regardless how big of a leader you become, never take your relationships for granted. You got to constantly check, recheck, and double check. So right now, even if you're brand new and you got one sign up, that's a relationship. Even if you don't have any sign-ups, you still have a relationship with the person who referred you, your upline. And these relationships are what is going to get you there. People think it's strategy. People think it's many things, but it's not. I believe that the power of success in network marketing fundamentally comes down to the strength of your relationships. The stronger your relationships, the more stamina you can have to last the long haul of your journey. The stronger your relationship, the more momentum you can garner to move faster towards financial freedom and max out. So if you truly understand, if you want to master one thing, is master the art of relationship. And it comes back to the first rule, that no relationship truly exists unless there is trespass. And trespass is when the other person gives you permission to be truthful, to come into their home, to be able to push them. The mistake people think, just because you are upline, doesn't mean your trespass is automatic. There is no such thing as automatic trespass. You seek the trespass. You take the effort to establish the trespass. And the stronger your trespass, the more effective you are at building that person, creating loyalty, creating the mojo for that person to build. So the first thing is trespass. And the mistake everyone makes, you think that you establish trespass in the beginning and you don't need to re-establish. Check the health of your trespass. So Dato Sri Vijay told me this, that trespass can get sick. Trespass can die. Right? Trespass can vanish. So he constantly reminded me that when you have this multitude of relationships, you need to consistently check the health of your trespass. That your trespass with your core team, with your leaders, with your upline, alright, your grand upline, with the V, with me, with Japa, with Dato Sri Vijay, all of this requires trespass to be effective, and you consistently need to check the health of your trespass. Alright? And that's important. And a lot of leaders make the mistake that they think, okay, I established trespass in the beginning, I don't need to check it anymore. And then one day you're surprised the person leaves you, or abandons you, or jump ship, or go to another MLM company, or whatever. It's simply because you took trespass for granted. It's the most important thing to establish, to maintain, to nurture, to re-establish, to feed, to monitor the trespass you have with your leaders, and with your upline, and your grand upline. The second point that Sri taught me, so importantly, is that when you start building a team, you need to ensure that you create an environment of freedom of expression. Because sometimes people misunderstand network marketing. Just because you're the upline, just because you got trespass, doesn't mean you own the person, doesn't mean you are the manager, doesn't mean you are the boss of that person like a job. This is a partnership. There's always equality. The only advantage you have is more knowledge, more experience. Simply because you've been on the journey longer doesn't mean anything, because your downlines can surpass you. Your downlines can become bigger than you. Their checks can be bigger. So you need to consistently create an environment of your team, however small or big your team. Encourage the freedom of expression. I love being a downline of Japa and Dato Sri Vijay. Even though they are the grand uplines, they are the founders, whenever I'm with them, I never feel suffocated. I never feel that I should not speak. They have created an environment where I can express myself as long as I'm respectful. I don't show arrogance. I don't show my full cup. That I go there with the humility required in front of these great ones. But I can express myself. I can share how I feel. And that's so important. That you need to consistently create an environment of freedom of expression. And you should consistently gauge the feedback from your downlines. How are they reacting to your leadership style? Is it effective? Alright? Are you Coach B without trespass? Are you too much of a Coach A? And this requires a platform of freedom of expression. Now, you may not want to bring the brand new person to come and say how they feel if you're uncomfortable, but your leadership. See, network marketing is not about dictatorship. It's about empowerment. It's about every voice matters. Right? It's about checking the trespass, re-establishing both ways, upline, downline. And the third point of Dato Sri explained to me, that when you have a group of people moving in the right direction, and they trust you, and they're loyal to you, and they're holding your hand, and you're holding their hand, and everything is perfect, you have to consistently remind them of the destination. Because if people are walking for long periods of time, they're going to say, hey bro, where are we going? Hey sister, where are we going? And if nobody knows the answer, that creates doubt, that creates uncertainty. And people say, hey, I want to stop, I want to take a break, I don't know where we're going. It's common sense. So as the upline, as the leader, even if you have two downlines, you must constantly paint that picture in HD quality with full clarity of where we are going. Not where you are going, where we are going. The destination of financial freedom, the practice of rhythm. Now, when you're on this journey with your team, Dato Sri Vijay reminded me of rules that we have to practice. That your attitude decides how fun this journey is. If you forget how to smile, if you forget how to laugh, if you carry negative mojo, it's going to just make this journey painful. Yes, you got to push them, be coach, be with trust, but uplift them. Uplift them always, as Dato Sri Vijay said. Your attitude, your mojo matters on this journey, even if you're taking 2 people or 20,000 people to the ultimate destination of financial freedom. Right? The second thing, as part of this journey, is remember that these people are not your bus partners, your tour group. These are people who depend on you, people who trust you, people who found the dream with you at VCon. You know, people who have made promises to their kids, their husband, their wife, their family, based on the promises you have made to them. These people are your responsibility. This is your team. This is your family. Alright? And you got to take them with you. Not as a sense of adventure only, but a sense of responsibility and duty. And finally, Dato Sri Vijay reminded me that ultimately, while you're on this journey of presentation, financial freedom, all right, okay, and going there to the ultimate destination, baby, you're going to stop once in a while. And when you stop, inspire them, uplift them, give them clarity in their mind. If their egos are big, quell it. Remind them to empty their cup. Share, train, develop, duplicate, create people better than you, inshallah. Right? And keep building them. And every time you stop, instead of sleeping, stay awake and speak to those who are willing to listen. And those who shy away, re-establish trespass, pull them back into the circle. And build them, and build them, and build them. And one day when this journey is 2 years, 3 years, you don't have to be in front anymore. You relax, enjoy the money you have made, spend time with your family, come back and train and build, because you have developed leaders who are now leading the next generation and the next generation of networkers who are following them on this team. And this is very important on week 44 for you to remember. Network marketing is not about individualism. It's about a team. It's not about dictators. It's about leaders who lead with humility, servant leadership. It's about care, it's about love. It's about being Coach B with trespass. And sometimes being Coach A, it's about hammering them and then uplifting them. It's about being with them on the journey and not just pointing the way while you sit under the tree. It's about building people who become better than you. And it all comes back to one concept: the art of managing relationships. And that was he told me. The day you master the art of managing relationships, you will be a max out king and queen for a long, long time. So to each one of you, remember this: there is no I in team. Are you with me? Love you guys.